went back, I would resign to the place where I felt like lost inside, with a spark and a flame with the lost outside, and the rain rearranged like clouds in the sky. As a kite high, Lucy and I had a fight like 4th of July. In the past I'll be leaving behind these feelings, revealing the meaning of time.
Hi, welcome back to Scentuality. I just wanted to make a video, just give you an update. It's been about 10 days since I spoke to you last. I am aware that I'm not making that much content at the moment, but I'm just a bit too busy. Not that I'm complaining, because my life's got a lot of momentum at the moment, and you know, for large periods of my life, it seems like time has stood still. So I'm really grateful for my life picking up some speed, but it does mean that I don't really have a lot of time to make videos. But it's quite late, it's after 12 midnight, so I thought I'd just make a video just to give you an update. So basically, on my perfume journey, I got to this stage where I want to put a fragrance out there and to sell, but this is an artisanal perfume, meaning it's handmade and I'm making it in small batches. So it's a very small enterprise, and really it's more for me, for myself. It's not to make a lot of money or anything like that. If anything, I would just like to you know, make enough money to cover the costs of production and just to buy new oils to keep making perfume. And really that would make me very happy. But I'm at the beginning process where I've been gathering all of the information, and lots of things are now sitting in a comfortable place in my head and my heart. And I'm basically in the process of registering my business and getting my VAT number, and since today is Sunday and tomorrow's Monday, I hope things will pick up and I'll get most of that sorted this week. I do have an appointment with my local council officers with regards to setting up my business, and yeah, hopefully I'll get the VAT number sorted this week as well. What else have I been doing? I've been generally researching bottles, that kind of thing. Scentuality, I've looked at them previously, and I know Sam Mesa, he made a video recently where he got his bottles from for his latest perfume. I think it's called Vanilla Wood. And yeah, the quality of those bottles look pretty decent, but at the moment they're sold out of nearly everything with regards to pumps and caps. So there's not a lot of choice there, and I don't really want to compromise too much, because obviously I'm doing it on a small scale, so there's going to be a lot of compromise anyway with the packaging and the bottling, etc. But yeah, maybe I have to wait a few months down the line before I actually purchase the bottles and the caps and the pumps, because the kind of date range that they've got for getting new stock is like June, May, July in some cases. So I might just have to be a little bit patient for that aspect of it. But once I actually make a batch of my perfume, it will be maturing for 2 or 3 months anyway. So it doesn't really matter at the moment about getting my bottle right at this moment in time. What is important is just getting the MSDS safety sheets for the oils that I'm going to use in my formulas, and to get a CPSR check on my formula, on my perfume. And basically you need one of them to get your product signed off on, to say that it's safe, basically checking the IFRA limitations, and yeah, just making sure that your product is actually safe for the public to interact with it. And as I understand it, the MSDS safety sheets, they have an importance in terms of labeling, because when you put that label on your perfume, there are a list of synthetic molecules which you have to list on that label if they are included in your perfume, and they are the ones which are known to cause allergens, allergies. And in order to not put the rest of your formula on that label, you have to at least have all of the MSDS safety certificates for those oils, just so that you can supply the certification if anyone would ask for that certification. So as I understand it, that's the importance of the MSDS safety certificates. I do need to purchase some ethanol that I will use in the production of this perfume, because I also need to get an MSDS safety certificate for that. I can't get that at the moment because I need a VAT number first, because I'm buying it in a larger amount than I normally would, and it's just a little bit cheaper this way. So hopefully I'll be able to order some ethanol this week, and hopefully I've been shopping around with different companies with regards to getting the CPSR certificate. I've been quoted different prices. I'm not really sure what's normal. I'm in Germany, but I've been talking to German companies who then just put me through to their headquarters in the UK. So I'm not talking with German companies per se. I'm not talking to German people. I'm talking to English people, and they're quoting prices like 390 euros. Yeah, I was under the impression that it was actually a little bit cheaper than that. So I'm not really too sure which company I'm going to go to with regards to that. In terms of getting the MSDS safety reports, most of my oils I get from the Perfumers World, and Stephen from the Perfumers World said he would be happy to provide me with all of the MSDS safety certificates. I'm not too sure when I'll have all of that documentation, but he has assured me that it's in hand and I will get them, so I've got no worries there. A few other places where I've obtained oils which Perfumers World don't supply, a little bit different there. It's taken me a little bit longer just to get an answer from those companies. If you're in Germany and you're aware of companies like Omicron, they sell some synthetic molecules but also essential oils, absolutes, and I got some castoreum from there at one time. It's taken a little bit to get a response from them, but they said they would send me the MSDS safety certificates in the post. I also get some other essential oils from elsewhere, and I've had some but not all, but I'm hoping I'll get them all soon. And that's basically it in a nutshell. What else can I say? So obviously, actually I will just mention this. There's a German forum for perfume. Let's see if I get this right. Perfumo.de. Can't quite remember the exact title. But I was on there. I actually joined last week, and I came across a forum that somebody started with reference to YouTubers who either make perfume or review perfumes, and I saw that my name was mentioned, and it was mentioned along with Sam Mesa. It was also mentioned, they mentioned BK Sense, and they might have mentioned somebody else as well, but not somebody I'm familiar with. And I was reading what it had said next to each name, and it just basically said Sam Mesa was probably the most well-founded because he was a chemist. It said BK Sense, it said self-taught amateur perfumer, and then it said the same thing against my name, but then in brackets it had not without reservations due to the idiosyncratic methods of working. And I had to laugh and I had to smile, because that actually made my day, because on my channel I really try hard not to speak with a certain language and not to come with this preconceived notion of perfume, of how to talk about perfume, of how to think about perfume. Because whenever I do anything creative, I don't like somebody to tell me anything about it, the etiquette, what to do, nothing. I just like to interact with it myself and figure it out for myself, and build it up from from nothing, you know. And even if I make mistakes along the way, or I do things and I realize, oh, that probably wasn't the best practice, that is how I learn. I don't learn because somebody tells me what to do. I really learn properly when I just try to figure out how to do things myself. So with that in mind, and also I always keep in mind of like my origins and where I come from and my class, if you will. So I know that when it comes to the arts, often through the language and the terminology and the ego that generally sits within art, that, you know, it's kind of put across that it's only accessible for a certain type of person, for an educated person, or, you know, from an enlightened person, or, you know, there's always a group of people whereby it sort of sends the message that this probably isn't for you, that you probably aren't good enough to be enlightened or to be creative. And I just think that that's BS. So I always try to not have any of that in my channel, or at least in my tutorials. I do try to be transparent, and I do try to be down to earth and without ego. And I always emphasize that all I want to do is inspire somebody who probably is sitting there with the notion inside themselves that, you know, making perfume is something that they have this inkling to do or to find out something about, but they have years of all of this negativity in place within themselves, put there by others who have spent their lives surrounded by fear, and that they have this little voice in their head that says, no, you can't do that. You have to stay here, know your position, stay in your lane, don't excel, don't have any success, don't become anybody, don't become yourself. And I come from a town like that, I come from a place like that. So really, Perfume isn't bigger than the human experience, and that's what I try to come with on my channel. It's to portray perfumery as a human experience like anything else, and I don't put it on a pedestal, and I don't make it bigger than being human and having a life, because it's not bigger than any of that, you know. It really isn't. It's not bigger than nature. So that made me really happy, because I thought that's obviously coming across to some people who expect to see something else. But really, I'm just emphasizing that humanity is more important than art. That's what I believe. So yeah, that made me really happy. And yeah, what else can I say before I go? I've been sort of, yeah, just affirming perfumery, you know, what it is to me. I've been reaffirming what it is to me, what it means to me, and I've been trying to pinpoint the essence of it all. And I guess that's probably why I was directed to that forum, and I read that comment, because it just reminded me of the energy that I bring. It reminded me of the humbleness that I really do want to try and get across. And I've got a perfume, the perfume that I want to bring out. I have one that I really do want to bring out, and I really love it. And there's a concept behind it, and it's something which I have a big connection with, and something which means a lot to me. And it's the first perfume that I've made where I have literally put something so deep into it, and it was effortless. It kind of came from a place of alignment, and it's the essence of it is creativity. And without giving away too much too soon, it has a story to it. There are elements of this story which will help this concept make more sense, but it's largely to do with the thing that's bigger than you, that's bigger than us, and that's bigger than perfume. It's where we come from, it's what we are connected to, and it's kind of the acknowledgement that creativity flows through us, and we experience it and we interact with it, and it's for everybody. It's a part of the human experience, It's not for this person or that person. Everybody can have an experience with creativity, and everybody can interact with it. So it's a perfume there's a concept there. It smells great. It smells fantastic. I think it's very smooth, and it has a lot of life in it. It has a soul. It has depth. It has a third dimension, and as I say, it has a story. So yeah, I'm really excited to share that one. And I think that's probably all I've got to share right now. I will keep you updated as I progress through the steps. And yeah, what I will do, the more information that I find out, I will make videos, a series of videos detailing all the steps that I went through in order to see this process through to the end, so that there is something out there that's documents the steps that are needed to go on this journey. Now, I will just say that I am actually based in Germany, but if you're in the European Union, your country, then we're kind of all adhering to the same sets of rules. So that's all I have time for. I'm going to say good night because I'm very, very tired, and I'm going to go to bed now. But have fun making perfume as always, and I'll be back soon with another video.